Good morning, Popsicles, and we are here again for another Dragon Nest M Classic video. And for today, we will be talking about me as a player who is an F2P player. So, what to expect when playing F2P or free to play in Dragon Nest M Classic. Hi, I'm Papi Labs. For those who are new to my channel, I create gaming contents, mostly tips, guides, or just yapping stories based on my personal experience while progressing in the game. You may find me funny, corny, crazy, noob, nonsense, weak, and sometimes misleading, but all comments and feedback are welcome. With all those aside, let's get into the video. Now, going back to the video, mga popsicles, no? So, this video is about expectations when you want to play as an F2P. Again, so, like any other games, do not expect an F2P player to really outcompete people who will pay unless godlike when playing as an F2P. But in this game, to be specific, Pams, we do have limits, okay, limitations as a F2P. So, like any other MMORPG. Okay, so now, if you are planning to play F2P in Dragon Nest M Classic like me, then let me help you set the expectation and also show you some tips on how can an F2P player survive in the Dragon Nest M Classic without spending any dime or real money and yet still will be able to play the game fully and enjoy. Okay, first off is never compare your progress to other players, mga papsi, no? Huwag tayong ganun na kinukumpara natin yung ganito naman gakamali ito. Well, you cannot really avoid comparing yourself, but set that as a goal. Okay? Not something that you are looking at and then telling yourself na sana all. So the formula in gaming in most MMORPG is very simple, mga paps. Okay, you want to get strong fast and reach the top with all the end gears already equipped, then spend real money. That's it. Pay for the game, mga paps, if you really want to get strong faster. That way, you can just spend the rest of your gaming days flashing your top gears. Not really top, no? While waiting for mine is not top, okay? I mean, if you will be an F2P players, F2P player, not F2P, I mean, mga paps, So you'll spend the rest of your gaming days not just flashing your top gears no while waiting for the game to be updated, right? So if you have the means to use the credit card Hatsudo, then go for it. No, there's a saying, grind in real life to feel like a god in your gaming life. Charot, gawa-gawa ko lang yon. I just made that up, mga paps, So who knows? You may get isekai in the game, no? At least you're a pay-to-win player. Oh, you spend kaching-kaching, okay, so that you will be strong already once you get isekai, right? Okay, now in also the grind in real life to pay your gaming life, no? So again, I just made that up. But anyway, mga papsi, so the question is, how am I doing right now as an F2P player in DNMC, you ask, right? So, well, before I answer that, let me show you what I do as an F2P, mga papsi. But before we continue with that, so let me show you my current gears as of today, no? So, I'm playing, by the way, in Mana Ridge. So, let's check the status here, mga popsicles. So, I'm playing 53 days already, so almost 2 months already, and I'm at current level 40 and purely F2P player. I never spent any dime or any dragon coupon in this game, but as of this time, no, I already have 26,000 rating. Okay, actually it's not bad for an F2P, mga papsi. I do have two Manticore accessories. Na I have Apocalypse set. So I'm missing two more Apocalypse set to actually complete my Apocalypse set. All right, mga papsi. When it comes to heraldries, okay? So when it comes to the heraldries, so I have A pluses, S, but no S plus. Okay, and I'm still working on these heraldries. So my goal is to get an intellect S plus, intellect S, at least S rating or tier, and so as magic and the rest of the heraldries. Okay. Now, when it comes to our armor or the collection of costumes, now this is where things will, where pay to win or people who spends will be more advanced than we are for F2P, because we only rely on the free tickets to get the costumes, Pandora or whatsoever, and even the celebration ticket. We only rely on the free stuff. Okay, now versus if you will be a spender, then you can actually take advantage of the funds. Even this, okay, so you can get 100. Okay, and in some events like this one, you will be for sure ahead from the F2P players if you will be paying for these things, because this will actually give you more and more tickets to actually roll costumes that will add stats. Now, why are the costumes here very important? Because mga papsi, actually the costumes here have stats. So as you can see here, if you check the collection here, so if we completed a 4 set costume, okay, you will get a 4 seat status. Now, we also have a 7 set status for each costume, depending on the costume, mga papsi. So, let's see. So, I have a tier A here. So, it gives 160 MP and power. And imagine if you open most costumes here with high stats, mga popsicles, or especially the tier S. Because the tier B only will provide you a little bit power, but still it's an additional stats, no? Let's look for an S tier, mga pops. So they will give a base stats. So imagine if you are spending and then just keep on rolling costumes, then eventually you'll get more set completed here or collection. That will give you more power and more stats. So this is not the number one, actually maybe I would say edge for the people who actually pay or spend their money to play in Dragon Nest M Classic. Compared to the free-to-play players, no, we only rely on the free stuff and the things that we actually get from the things like this, like autumn, the end of summer badge. Yeah, so those things. All right. In addition, as well, compared to the spenders, they can actually buy anything from the cash shop. I think the most beneficiary here, of course, is the benefit pass. So for a spender, they can actually get more attempts for nest. Okay, they will also have gold limit, so they have more accessibility, and those are the perks. So if you want to spend anything on the Dragon Nest universe, okay, then I would suggest getting a privilege pass and also getting the growth fund. So and the rest is really up to you, mga papsi. Okay? So that's my current status for now. Okay, when it comes to playing this. But in terms of equipment, Pops, I think the number one challenge that we will have as an F2P player is completing the set. Okay, getting into a party to actually get materials, okay, to complete your set. Because regardless if you are an F2P player or pay to or a spender, I would say, Popsicles, when it comes to gears, I think the only advantage compared to the only advantage of the spenders is they will have more resources to actually complete the gear faster. But the chances are the same when it comes to potential. But of course, again, they will have more resources, more gold, more potentials, more power stone. So they have the more resources to upgrade this to higher level. For example, they can upgrade the wand to, let's say, plus 13 because they have the resources. But for free-to-play player, our resource is scarce or very limited. Okay, so we rely on daily grind here, which I will show you. Actually, I already have a video how to grind as an F2P. Okay, there. So those are the things that what you will be expecting as an F2P. And again, this is my current stats right now. Okay, and again, this is a free to play player. I'm playing as an F2P, mga paps. Okay, so next is, so what are the things that I can actually suggest as a free to play player, and or rather, let me show you how I play as a free to play player to actually reach this level without spending. Okay, so first is let's go back to my character page. So number one is I do multi-character grinding. So as you can see mga popsicles, I have 5 characters in there, but I actually just play these 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 up until here. I don't really play this much because I don't really have much time. So I think at most I can only play the dailies of 4 characters. This one if maybe I can spare more time, then I'll play that. But most of the time, no, I don't play uh, the engineer here. Okay, since unlike the players who can pay the passes, they have additional attempts per week, like I mentioned. But for us F2P, it's really limited. Okay, but to address that, we create multiple characters, and yes, it's not easy since you will be spending more time playing just one character. So you'll be playing more than one character. And I will show you as well the routine of each character in a daily basis. Okay, so I'm not saying you have to do this, but the more characters you have, the more resources you will get. Since some materials are shareable and transferable, but not all. Okay, let me give you an example. Okay, so my first character will do all the dailies and also the weekly's nest run. So whatever this character will gather in terms of nest collection materials, then I can share it to any of the characters. Now, once, because we only, let's say for example, Manticore normal nest. One character can only run the Manticore nest 3 times per week. So if you can only run 3 times per week, then it will take you a long time to actually craft one Manticore item or part. But if you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters, okay, again, I'm not playing much this character. I only play the 4 of my characters here. So, but I will count this one as well. Okay, but if you're playing 5 characters, that means 15 attempts per week in Manticore. That's 15 times the materials you will get with just one character. So in most cases, once I'm done running all the characters here in Manticore normal, I can at least craft 1 or maybe 2 items for my main character. Then that's it. So these 3 characters will fund my main character, Papsies. Okay? So that's it. So in terms of gold and grinding as well, the same thing. So the number of player will or character I mean will multiply the number of gold you will be gaining in a daily basis. So that's it. So I hope that makes sense and that give you an idea how I play this account here to actually at least be fair in terms of progress without spending. And again, you may not be spending, but you're spending more time. But let me show you and let you decide if I really spend too much time in one character. I'll show you what I actually do in a weekly basis and in a daily basis per character. Okay, so let's open one character here. Let's go back to Papi Loves. Okay, so let me show you my routine daily, Papsies. Okay, so once I log in, the only thing I do first is actually go to dungeons. So I finish, I go with Goblin Treasury. Okay, Orc Arena, and where's the other one? The Golden City. Okay? So those 3, Orc Arena, Goblin Treasury, and the Golden City. Okay? That's to get heraldries, okay? Power stones, and also gold. Alright? So I run those 3, and then the rest of my fatigue, I run in Fortress of the Dark Overlord. And then that's it. I'm done with my dailies. So I just make sure to actually make sure I collect this. So as you can see, I only have we are only given 500 fatigue per day. So I consume all the fatigue in the Dark Overlord dungeon, Fortress of the Dark Overlord dungeon to get gold. And then once I get the 100 fatigue, the free 100 fatigue, okay, which is under here, bonus, and then under supply. Once I get these 2, I run Pardma once. Now, depending on how or what materials I need, let's say for example, if I need tradable gold, I run Pardma. Okay? I have a separate video, by the way, on how I grind gold. But if I need non-tradable gold for upgrading, I run Fortress of the Dark Overlord. If I need tickets, I run I run Tyrant Tomb, Death Basin, or again back to Pardma. But if I need Chaos Keys, I run Nameless Tyrant Tomb or Death Basin. Depends on which you like. And that's my routine in a daily basis. Now, in a weekly basis, one character, I will make sure that it runs not really Cerberus. This is not my priority for now. Okay, I make sure that every week Manticore normal is completed. Okay, Hell, I can no longer run Hell here because my kill score is maxed already. Okay, so that's it. I prioritize Manticore and I prioritize Apocalypse normal for now. Okay, I'm not really looking forward to Hell runs much for now because why? I only move as what my character can actually take. Meaning, if my character can take Hell Manticore, then go. I run Hell Manticore completely each week. But if I'm having hard time running Apocalypse, I will not spend too much time and stress, okay, pushing myself, challenging Apocalypse, okay, and wasting tickets. I'll wait for the right time that I can completely run a Hell Apocalypse, okay, with whatever composition of party I can be with without really actually having too much trouble. Okay, because I'm a lazy man in when it comes to putting too much stress in game, and I don't like that. Okay, so that's just me. Okay, but if you do love challenges, making sure that you dodge every attacks, then go for it. Okay, that's just me, mga papsi. Okay, so those are my actually my routine in a daily basis. So there's weekly. So weekly, just focus on nest runs. Manticore normal, Apocalypse normal, then maybe Hell, Manticore Hell. Okay, make sure I finish those. Okay. For now, I'm not really confident myself that I can run Nest Apocalypse Hell. Now, the only reason why I was able to run this is I was carried by the by Varsa and Bamberry and also Kraymon. Okay, so the top players, one of the top players, I would say. Okay, so that's it. So those are my routine. Next is okay. Another thing to expect as a free to play player, mga papsi, is when your rating is low, your demand is also low. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, so we do have ratings, right? Now, before it's okay to have a lower rating because most people will just invite you when you join. But right now, mga papsi, okay, most recruitments right now are sometimes I would say absurd by the standards. No, it's too much. Like sometimes they will look for a Cerberus Nest normal run with 15K. I mean, that's too much for Cerberus. 24K for a normal Manticore run, which actually those nests can be run by with lower rating, but you cannot really blame them. Okay, because most party looking for random players will surely look for players that are with higher rating. Yes, sometimes the standards they set are too much for a specific nest, but understand that they just want the run to be sure, smooth, and fast. Since every run requires ticket, and if your rating is low, then you may find it hard getting into nest runs party. But don't get disheartened, mga papsi, no? Because one tip I can suggest is you create your own party and wait for people who will join your party. Surely there are people who will actually help you out. Let's say, for example, you want to run Manticore normal, then create your own party. Then find party, then create your own party. Then just type it here, uh, MTN, help me please. You're actually inviting people who would want to help you. Okay, so what else? Another tip that I can actually share is join a guild. Okay, now joining a guild, okay, I'm not promoting any guild here, but whatever guild you join, mga papsi, okay, then join a guild with like-minded goal, meaning people who understand that you are playing F2P and you are active, something like that. Okay, so joining a top guild as well with whales will surely improve your progress faster. Okay, since they can carry you in some nest, especially hell modes, no? And if you can get into guilds with strong members and are more than willing to help or assist other players, even if they are free to play players, then thank them. Okay, thank them and appreciate the help, and also you can return the favor by assisting other members as well, or people who needs help. Okay, so there are people who just our players. I'm not saying not all, that once they get into the point that, oh, I already got this, I already got this equipment, then that's it. Okay, and I mean, that's the usual mentality of some players. So once they get the thing that they want, then they just keep moving forward and never look back on the people who actually helped them, or maybe help other peoples who would want to be in their position as well. Okay, but that's personal preference, and whatever, however you wanna play, just play the way you want it. Now, what I'm saying is try to help other players as well, especially in your guilds, right? So again, slow progress is still a progress. If you're playing to compete and you want to get to the top fast, then never play F2P. The F2P world will not isn't for you. Okay, the F2P world, okay, or the F2P are for people who wants to experience the game and just play for fun with their spare time, Tito gaming like me, and just appreciate the progress that you're making daily. So that's how an F2P plays, mga papsi. Okay, there are F2P players who really get into the grind. Okay, that would be me sometimes as well, especially if I have a goal to that I want to reach. Okay, but mostly I don't buy in-game stuff simply because I don't have the real money resource, mga paps. Purito ato. Purito ako, I mean. So resources, and I play the game for fun. I just always play the game for fun without comparing myself, mga paps, no, kung ano yung progress ng isa to my progress. Okay? So I want to see how far I can play this as an F2P. So far my progress is fair as an F2P, mga paps, no. I can't really say that this is good. It's fair. Okay? I am proud, and I am happy already with how far this character have come. Okay? From no from zero to villager or NPC. Parang ganun ba? Okay, so far my progress is fair again for an F2P player. Thanks to the people who helped me doing runs. Okay, huge shout out to the Tavern Tales Guild. Okay, so ayan, nagtutulungan po kami doon. Marami po kaming F2P players sa Tavern Tales. Alright, unfortunately our guild is full, but we do have satellite guilds. No, ayun lang mga paps. Now, if you want to learn the ways of an F2P, mga paps, if you want to be an F2P or want to take the path of an F2P player, or just just to experience a fun game playing Dragon Nest M Classic without spending real money, mga paps, you can check out other of my videos in the description to guide you in your F2P journey. Okay, so that's all for today, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you on the next video, mga paps.